Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the radiance sensor in a Samsung dryer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips and a flathead screwdrivers. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new radiance sensor. The radiance sensor is a safety device that ensures that the opening of the gas valve is happening only when the igniter is hot enough to ignite the gas. If the igniter won't light at all and it's not burnt or broken, then the radiance sensor is burned out. In both cases, the dryer won't heat. We need to remove the top panel. For that, we need to take out those two Phillips screws and then slide the panel off. So we're going to use the Phillips screwdriver and we're going to take out those two screws. Slide the top panel back for about an inch and then we can lift it off. Now we can take the three Phillips screws out and free the main control board. And slide it off, release it from the clamps, so it will give us a little bit of a loose cord, and put it aside here, out of the way. Next step would be removing of the control panels. We need to take out the three Phillips screws on the top, and then we're going to take that panel off. We're going to start with opening the door. And then we're going to pull the control panel up and towards you to release the clamps here. And then lift it up. Support the panel and disconnect those two plugs. Press the locking tab and disconnect one plug first. And then do the same thing for the second plug. Press it this end and pull it apart. And now we can take the panel away. Now we're going to remove this two Phillips screws at the bottom. Now we can take out the four Phillips screws that holds the front panel at the top. At this moment, the front panel is held in place by these two clips at the top and the three hinges at the bottom. Lift up on the panel and close the door. We need to disconnect the door switch plug here. Pull it apart. Tilt the panel forward towards you and take it off the bottom hinges. Next, we're going to remove this top mounting bracket. It's held in place by four Phillips screws, two on each side. Now we can remove the mounting bracket, pull it straight out, and the other side. And remove it. Unplug this wire connector to the light bulb. Free the harness. And put the harness out of the way. At this point, we can replace the part without making any further disassembling of the dryer. But because it's going to be extremely difficult, I would like you to take a dryer apart further and you will have an easy access to the parts, and also you will be able to vacuum and clean the dryer and examine any parts that needs to be replaced and replace them. Disconnect this wire plug by pressing first the tab and pulling it apart. We're going to remove the screw that secures the filter housing to the blower housing. It's a Phillips screw. We're going to use a Phillips screwdriver. Now we can remove these 4 Phillips screws, 2 on each side, and free the front bulkhead. At this point we're entering the area of the sharp metal, and as you noticed I put on the gloves. Put on the gloves unless you already did, because we're going to face a little bit of sharp edges here. So we're going to lift up the front bulkhead to release it from the 4 clips on the side. Each bracket has a clip. And disengage it from the side tabs on both sides. And then lift up on the drum and release the wheels support rollers. Alright, so we can take it away now. Now we're going to reach in with both hands, and we're going to push the idler pulley towards the side to loosen up the belt and remove the belt from the pulley. Now we're going to remove the drum out of the dryer, pull up the belt, don't leave any slack at the bottom because we're going to catch on something there, and slowly move it out. After we have the drum out, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get rid of all these lint, layers of lint inside the dryer. So vacuum it. This is the radiance sensor that we are replacing. I'm going to start with taking out that Phillips screw on the top. That's the only screw that holds this part in. Remove it. And then let it go down. And then release the tab on the bottom. There's a cutout in the funnel. That's where it goes in. And now we can remove the wires from the radiance sensor terminals. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to pry it off. This is the old radiance sensor next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Now we're going to install the new radiance sensor. This tab goes into the slot here. I'm going to just put it through and then lift it up. And then we're going to secure it with a Phillips screw. And now we can put the wires to the terminals. The order is not important. We can do at your random choice. As long as you put them on all the way, making a good connection. Next, the drum and the belt goes back in the cabinet. I'm going to slide it in. Install this felt seal at the back on the support rollers. And then we can install the belt on the pulleys. Right, so now we can put the belt on the pulleys, on the idler and a motor pulley. So I'm going to push the pulley to the side and put the belt underneath, and then we can keep pushing the pulley until the belt will be on the motor pulley. To make sure that the belt is installed correctly, turn the drum 1 full turn clockwise and correct the belt's placement if it's needed to be done. It's perfect. We can continue installation. Alright, now we're going to install the front bulkhead. It's a little tricky, but nothing really special. You need to manage the front support rollers go under the drum. And I'm gonna install these tabs into the cutouts. Lift on the tab and snag in the tabs here. All four of them in. We're going to secure the front bulkhead to the cabinet with the 4 Phillips screws that, if you remember, the 2 on each side. We're going to secure the filter housing to the blower housing with a single Phillips screw here at the bottom. Now we can connect this plug. Before installing the tub bracket, we're going to put in the harness. There's a couple of holders. I'm going to put one in here and another one in here. And we're going to place it in here on the top of the light socket, and then we're going to run into this holder, and then we can connect the plug to the light bulb socket. Now we can install the top mounting bracket. The 4 tabs, 2 on each side, goes into the cutouts in the cabinet here. And now we can secure it with 4 Phillips screws. And now we're going to install the front panel. We're going to put it on the bottom 3 hinges where the cutouts in the panel. We're going to match it with the hinges, put it over the hinges, and bring the panel forward. Connect the door switch. And lock the panel on those 2 top tabs. Secure the front panel with the 4 Phillips screws at the top. We're going to attach it to the mounting bracket. We can put this 2 Phillips screws back on. Bring the control panel in, support it, and connect the 2 plugs. And install the control panel. First we're going to put this, we have 6 posts here that will go into the cutouts at the bottom. And feed the plugs into the opening, and tilt the control panel towards the dryer, push it down, make sure it's fitted properly, and then we can close the door. Secure the control panel with 3 Phillips screws. Now we can put the control board back in. We're going to first start putting the wire harness into the clamps here. Push it in. And I'm going to turn it around. Install this one on the top here. This one slides on. And now we can secure it with the 3 Phillips screws. And the top panel goes back on. And I put it down about an inch away from the control panel, then slide it forward. So we're going to secure the top panel with 2 Phillips screws. Plug the dryer in and check if it's drying properly. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.